morning, everyone. I'm Miss Destiny with the Fayette County Public Library, here with another episode of our Crafty Corner. And this week we are going to be making a firehouse puppy. So when you come to the library and you pick up your packet, what you're going to find in it is a piece of yellow paper, a piece of red paper, a paper plate, 2 wiggle eyes, and 1 piece of white paper. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So what we are going to find first is we're going to want to take our plate and flip it over. So this is going to be our puppy's face. So before I start putting my eyes or anything else on, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make my puppy's nose. So all we have to do is a little upside down triangle. And then you can just take your marker or your crayon and fill it in. And I want mine to be a little round on the edges. And then to make its mouth, you just go and you can do 2 little lines. And there we have our puppy's mouth. So we're going to go ahead and get started now on the puppy's eyes. We can take our 2 wiggle eyes and our glue stick and just rub our glue stick all over the back of the eyes. And then just press and do the other eye. And press. And now it's already almost halfway done. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take our white piece of paper and we're going to fold it in half. Now this white piece of paper is what's going to be used to create our puppy's ears. So you're going to take that paper and you're going to take a marker and we're going to do an upside down teardrop. So I'm just going to go for its ears. And because this piece of paper is folded over, when you go to cut it out, what you're going to find is that you're going to have 2 ears that are exactly the same shape and exactly the same size. So take your scissors and cut it out. All right, so there we have our 2 ears. And what I'm going to want to do, because I'm making my puppy a Dalmatian puppy and it has all the different spots on its ears, first I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take its ears and position it on the head so I know what I want it to look like. And then I'm going to glue it down. So flip it over and take your glue stick and get all the edges. And then you take it and you press it down. We're going to do the same thing with the other ear. Take our glue stick around the edges. And then once we get these ears placed, we're going to take our marker and we're going to draw our dots for our Dalmatian puppy. All right. I'm going to take a big marker, and you don't have to put these spots in any particular place. Just choose where you like them, and you can make them as big or as small as you like. You can do as many or as few as you want. But don't really worry so much about the top part of the ear, because as you can see, that's going to be covered up by our hat. I'm going to do a big one right here. I'm going to do a little tiny one right there. All right, now make sure those ears are glued down. If they're popping up, take a little bit of glue. You can even take some on your plate if that helps. to get it to stick. All right. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my red piece of paper and I'm going to do something very similar to what I did with the white. I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it in half. And I want the fold to be the side that I'm going to start my hat on. So to draw this shape and to get both sides to be even, we're going to have that fold. And I'm going to take my marker and I'm just going to draw a line down straight. I'm going to bring it down a little bit more and then all the way to the edge. We can take our scissors and cut that out. And his hat's going to be tiny compared to the other one's hat. Very tiny. It's more like a crown. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to glue it down as well. And just take it on your plate up at the top. That way we don't have to worry, and you can go right across those ears. All right. What we're going to do next is we're going to take our yellow piece of paper and we're going to make the medallion that is in the middle of the hat. And because I did a tiny hat and a little tiny crown, we're going to do a little tiny medallion. So again, take your paper and fold it in half. It's kind of like a book. So if you come in the library and you read a book, that's what it'll look like. We're going to take it, draw a line straight out, down, and then what I chose to do is I'm going to make kind of like a halfway C. And then just cut it out. And there we have it. And now you can name your Dalmatian whatever you want. So if this one's Dot, I think I'm going to name this one Spot. So I'm just going to take my tiny marker, or you can take your crayon, and I'm going to put Spot. And he works at engine 24. You can put your favorite number right there, or you can put how old you are. Then we're going to take our glue stick again, and right in the middle of the hat, we're going to put a little bit of glue. You don't need a lot. Make sure that everything's firm. All right, so there we have it. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Crafty Corner. Stay tuned for another episode next week.